Hey what's going on guys, welcome back to another motion video. So in today's video I'm back with another episode of reviewing your account. So this is going to be episode 6. It's been a while, and so today I'm going to go ahead and review your account. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure to play, subscribe. Anyways, let's go and get started. Let's go ahead and get into it straight away. First player we're going to be reviewing is Cutthrow from the three of us. I've reviewed a couple of players from this team before, if I remember correctly. So this player is at 105. By the way, if you guys want to have a chance to have your account reviewed, make sure you comment down below your team name and also your profile name. But anyways, this player's in the Legendary League at level 105. Not bad. What do we got here? So we're playing with King Adam 150 euro. Hey, what's going on with that rune right there? Do you have it locked? Right now it's the best time because there's rune experience. I would recommend unlocking that straight away. The sponsor is really good. Galvanus, same thing with Galvanus. I would recommend doing that, even though there's now that one book reward monster with the inspiration hitter, but I feel like not too many is really going to use it on PvP. I don't know, I just have a feeling because he doesn't have access to Pierce, all those fancy stuff, so I don't know, but he's still pretty powerful though, so it's like a 50-50. You have Fusion, and then this monster. Okay, so a quick tip, I'm not sure if this is what you're using, but defense team needs you need to work on your defense style. But attack team looks pretty good, I've got to say. You can probably switch your King Adam into your defense, and then for offense you can actually switch King Adam with the monster that provides torture immunity to everybody. I feel like that'll work out a lot better and you can win lots of battles. But hey, as long as you're maybe in the top 1000, if you could make your way over to top 1000, that's literally the best spot. From top 1000 to top 2, get the same rewards. Team race contribution, previous race looks like it's going to be, it was a 2,480. I'm not gonna judge by that because our team went for, it was Ambiosonic, right? We went for like rank 0, so, or rank 1 I think it was. So like, you know, I'm not gonna really judge by that because maybe they didn't go for a high amount of laps either. So but overall 41k points for team race contribution. I wonder how long you've been in the team, but you're doing well with everything here, so good job. Looks like you have access to the book reward monster already. I recommend giving some runes and actually ranking this monster up through the dungeons. Another monster that you should work on is this one. 100% rank that up, max it out as soon as possible. It's good for team wars. If you need a taunt monster, you can probably rank that up. Now keep in mind guys, the monsters that I don't mention in here, I do it on purpose, okay? So for example, Commander Morgan, there are better monsters than Commander Morgan, so I'm just gonna ignore it. Copperbeard, there are better monsters than Copperbeard. Ravenbot, you know what I mean? Same thing. There are better denies out there, so they're not like a must-have. But the ones that I do point out, like for example, I pointed out the K911 and also this monster, rank it up. Again, this monster, it just really depends if you need a tank for that Earth category, but it looks like you have King Adam, but maybe for Team Wars. Fropsy, I'm glad you have it at 115, but try to work on that. That monster is also good. But everybody else, Parabot, that one's actually optional, I would say. It's up to you. And George Lotto is actually not that bad for Team Wars. But, oh yeah, Rosal, you do want to rank this up. Rank it up as soon as possible. You also have access to Calamatabus. I would recommend maxing this out as well. It's a really good monster. And you also have King Adam obviously at rank 5. But with your rune setup, I recommend working on that. You don't need to give this much life runes. It's just, no, there's better things to do. So like, just switch that up, give it some team speeds or something. You don't want your team to be that slow. We're gonna go ahead and visit this player's island, and let's take a look at this. So this player has 351 monsters out of the 1047. We've got all the earth monsters here, so everything looks organized, nice. Dark monsters basically all together. I like that. So the first island actually looks very nice. We've got all the earth monsters, or sorry, not earth, thunder monsters together, and the thunder boosts are well together. Good job, good job. We got water monsters all together. Sweet. Okay, so where are your other farms? Don't tell me there's... This hurts to watch. Okay, so these, I would recommend moving them over to this island. Put them all in one island. Whatever island you're using for your farms, place them all together. Like, you have all this space right here, you have all those spaces right there. You can even move this temple somewhere else if you want to, but place all your food farms together. You really want to do that. What do we have here? Nature monsters all together. Sweet. Okay, good job, good job. Light monsters, all right, not bad. But I see that, where's the earth? Okay, so this is thunder, right? So yeah, because I noticed this thunder monsters here are just randomly there, and I was like, is it full? Yep, it is full. So here's the thing though, what I would suggest is swapping this with that legendary habitat, because the legendary monsters will make more than these epic monsters and commons. So you can probably just move those monsters into your monster vault and probably keep the habitat in your storage. But overall it looks very good. I hope you have these all you know, 3 stars, especially this one and the food farm. Those are really important, although the rune guardian one's really important too, but I don't think you really like play competitively, so I don't think that would matter too much. But yeah, these two matter a lot. So but I'm glad you have all of them, you know, open. And it looks like you already have a level 10 here for your rune sample. I did notice Naya's rune, so I noticed that that was level 10. In my opinion, everything looks great. The only thing that you can actually work on is moving these 4 food samples right in there, and then you're basically set. Next player we got is a co-lead from Gentim Umbra. All right, so Lord Ombra. Interesting. What do we got here? So 58k monster power at level 92. Looks like he is a spender because we see the animated avatar of Nishant, and the only way to obtain it is from the Arrow Saga, obviously, to have the monster. But anyways, this player is in Champion 3 League. With these monsters. Interesting. So you max this monster out. Interesting. I personally wouldn't. I'm not sure if you actually watched my video on this monster, but did I review this monster first of all? I think I did. Maybe not, but I did mention on my Legends Pass video when the new season began. I was like, this monster's not gonna help you out much. But anyways, yeah, I just personally don't think this monster is really that helpful, so I would recommend switching this monster out with a different one, like a supporter, like a different supporter, not this one. I don't know if he's a supporter or attacker. Looks like he has some light weaknesses, skill, and stuff like that. But personally, I'm not really a huge fan, so I would recommend switching that with someone better. But King Adam and Nishant, not bad. If you have Pierce monsters, obviously, you know, switch it with that. But if you don't, it's okay. Stick with that. Clogor, attacker, that's pretty interesting. We got your Denier. Now, with this Denier, the only issue is that this monster does not have access to any PER skills. So if you end up against going up against like a Megaton monster, which most of the time you will, that's going to be an issue. It looks like you got 11 out of 63, so I'm assuming most of those are probably Megatons you faced, and you know, again, against those Megatons, you're gonna actually have a issue. So yeah, you can definitely work on your defense and attack team, but in terms of team activity stats, you have 4,500 points. Again, I'm not really going to judge this too much because, again, the previous one was Ambisonic. So you guys went for what, rank 1? 4,500 points, okay, and 7,000 points for team race contribution overall. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, it's just this monster's, I'm not really a huge fan of that one. We got Clogor, attacker. You have it at 142. Looks like you spend quite a lot. I personally don't even have this monster ranked up. I think I only have it at rank 0 or maybe rank 1, probably for the book rewards. You got Commander Morgan also ranked up, but you don't have any runes in it. Interesting. Dragbite is actually good, so I recommend ranking that up. Okay, this monster is actually quite useful as well, so if you want to go ahead and rank that up as well, it's good for team wars only, not PvP. PvP you're gonna get wrecked. Morgan is optional if you want to rank that up. This monster you do want to max this out as soon as possible. Another monster that should be maxed out. If you need a, you know, earth tank, another one, you can probably rank that one up. 123 Kinecro, yep, I thought so, because you have access to Clogor and stuff like that, so I was assuming you probably got this monster. This is good, so rank it up, work in a dungeon. And Gleamhail is actually pretty good as well, so if you want to go ahead and rank that up in the dungeons, it's a pretty interesting monster. Calamatabus, another monster that's worth ranking up. Prophecy, another one that's good. So that's about it. So I accidentally sent a request to this player. I meant to visit his island, but anyways, I do want to mention that Shaolin monster is actually worth ranking up as well. So if you need a good taunt monster, you could probably max that one out. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and visit this player's island and see what we got here. What are we working with? So a bunch of dark monsters, it looks like, for the main island. There are lots of dark monsters in the game, so good choice there. But you're actually mixing it with a magic monster there. That's quite interesting. It doesn't really matter much because I see that your magic monsters are right next to it, you know what I mean? But it is best if you could probably separate that into a different habitat. So, you know, eventually later on I would recommend switching out Shaolin, and if you have any other monsters that are a different element that, like, they're not supposed to be there. I'm not sure about Vrag Striker. I think Vrag Striker is pure metal, if I'm not mistaken. So if I'm correct with that, then you should definitely switch that one out as well and move it with where the metal category is. But it's basically magic with, you know, dark. For the most part, it looks good, but there are some things that you can actually work on. Now, I see that that's here randomly. I would recommend moving this food farm somewhere right here. Like, you have space right there. Move it right there, you know what I mean? Like, there's space, you know what I mean? So might as well. But anyways, so these two are close to this area, which is nice because I know that you're a spender and you do have access to Legends Pass. It helps you out during race, you know, saves you that few seconds when you're taking, like, for example, the breeding or hatching or whatever. It basically helps out because it's going to be right here. You just scroll down a little bit. Another nice spot would be like right here where I have mines and my island, you know, the breeding guardian or breeding tree and the hatchery. I have it right in there. You have a level 10. Good job. That's pretty good for your level 92. All the fire monsters are together. Okay, I don't see any other elements at the moment, but looks pretty good for the most part. Now, okay, I like the placements here for that. All the nature monsters, quite interesting. I like that. And then these are all your light monsters mixed with metal. Okay, light and metal mixed. So just move Frag Striker, place it somewhere in here. So maybe if you like rank up one of these habitats, like this one's a level 3, I only see 3 mythic habitats. Maybe the 4th one's not loading, but if I'm correct with this and it's only 3, I would recommend ranking this up and placing your Frag Striker in there. But anyways, for the most part, you're doing very well. I see that some of your islands are actually empty, so you do have quite a lot of space to work with. But overall, not bad. I do like what you got going on here, but there are some things that you can actually work on. Also, just a quick tip, and this applies to everybody that's watching. Statues, you know, it's nice for design, but later on it'll hurt you because it takes up a lot of space. So what I recommend doing is just placing it in your, you know, storage and keeping it there, unless you have quite a lot of space like this player, you know what I mean, and he's just chilling right now. He has lots of space to work with. So I mean at the moment it's fine, you know, you can have these here and there. It's nice designs, but eventually you'd want to move them over back to your, you know, storage. All right, guys, next player we got is Monster Master 3205 from the Into the Fist, and his friend actually commented and said, I would love you to review my friend's account. He wants some tips on who to put on his defense team, and his team is basically Into the Fist, and that's his game attack. So let's see what we got here. So level 82 player, I guess I'll do a quick analysis, you know, like just a normal review, and then also I'm going to tell you guys or tell this player specifically what to put up on his attack team and defense team with the monsters he got. So what do we got here? So 82 player, we're in the gold 1 league. All right, so attack team, we've got a low death, we've got this monster together. Okay, yo, I actually like this. I just noticed that I had to double tap it just to make sure. Sub to MG. Hey, awesome. Let's go. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. I'm G, the best YouTuber. Whoa. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's awesome. That really just put a smile on my face. Alright, so here is a tip that I would give you. Don't use double attackers like this. What I would recommend is getting rid of a low death and actually pairing it you know, swapping it with a monster that gives either damage boost, heals, or whatever. Oh, perfect monster right here. Mother Talika. Literally, swap a low death with Talika. Make sure to rank this up if you can. There's dungeons and stuff like that you can take it to. You can give in like 2 speed, 1 team speed, or you can even give it a life since it's a low rank monster right now, so it can actually survive. Because this monster provides you know, torture immunity, can actually heal allies, can give damage boost, and it goes well with Cupid since it has access to Pierce. Oh my gosh, you have a level 10 mutant brain for the level that you are, dude. What? You're literally ahead of the game. That's quite surprising. But yeah, literally swap out a low death with Talika and you get a great team. And you can even use Centurion if you still want to. But later on, if you could find a better monster to swap out Centurion and, you know, pair it up with, I recommend doing that. If you want to, you could do Slob, but that's up to you. If you don't want to do Slob, if you have access to maybe King Adam or Epigursus or things like those, you could probably switch it with those monsters. But anyways, you do have Forge Labs. I would recommend using Forge Labs as well if you want. Forge Labs is amazing. Rank that up. Darman is also pretty nice. I've already done my review. I recommend ranking that up. Calamatis is also worth ranking up, and ignoring. This monster again, Talika is worth ranking up. Salab is worth ranking up. Oh, right here, Hornroot. If you want to, this one. Well, here's the thing with Hornroot. This is an issue. This monster is nature element, and the main meta right now is, you know, Pierce monsters, especially Cupid and Serpentic, which are both fire element. So this monster is going to get destroyed, but it does have access to Megaton, so it's better than Centurion for sure. But for PvP, it's kind of hard to decide. I mean, if it was like a ranked up version, obviously it would be better than you know, Centurion nonetheless. But yeah, what I would recommend is switching again, either Talika or Forge Labs, one of the two. and pairing it up with Cupid in your team instead of a low death. Get rid of a low death. For your defense team, you can keep this monster if you want. You can keep Shivaraka as well. But Dream, you want to get rid of Dream, even though I like the name of it. But get rid of this. You can actually switch it with, let's see, either Forge Labs or Talika, one of the two, literally. If you want, you could even use Darman for the damage boost and heal, stuff like that. But yeah, Shivaraka for defense. Well, for defense, it's kind of hard because there's going to be lots of intuition monsters, but make sure to carry like one of the AoE skills she has right here. This will be nice to use. This will come in handy nonetheless. So, you know, you could do something like that, or you could do a dodge area. If you have Ural, I would recommend using Ural instead of Super Dream. But that will actually help your defense team, you know, it'll help it go up, you know, the win rate. But for the Dreams, I would recommend doing 2 speed 1 strength or 2 strength 1 speed on Shivaraka. And here for Clutch actually looks good. 2 team speed 1 life. This monster, get rid of the team strength. Well, actually, if you want to keep it, you can. It doesn't really matter. But if you want to give it a life rune, you can, or team life, something like that. Mess around with life runes here and there, so you don't die super fast. This monster, I like the rune setup here. But for Talika, if you want to use Talika for that and swap out a low death, I would recommend using at least 2 speed and 1 team speed, or 2 speed 1 life, 2 speed 1 team life. There's many to play around with, but just make sure it's faster than Cupid, obviously, because Cupid is at 130, and you don't want Cupid to go in first before Talika, because Talika could actually NER, heal, apply damage boost, things like that, and you can win lots of battles with it. Teammates contribution, team activity stats, you got 2400 points. Again, I'm not really gonna judge that too much because MB Sonic kind of sucked for the team race monster. So overall, a pretty good profile, but I would recommend working on those things that I just mentioned. Let's go ahead and review this player's island as well. So what do we got? Fire monsters all together, sweet, looking good. Darman on the other hand, okay, so you got your thunder monsters with fire monsters mixed for the main island. I like this. I like what you got going on here. Everything looks pretty good. And you're actually listening to my tips, dude. This guy is awesome, seriously. Monster Master 3202 3205, you're amazing, man. But yeah, this is awesome. So you're actually listening. This is literally the best spot to keep your hatchery and your both your breedings, or this area as well. But oh my gosh, you have all your dude, this guy is actually listening. Yeah, nice that you have all the food farms in one island. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. You got all your magic monsters in here. This one's just random. Okay, I'm not gonna judge that. But what do we got here? We got all the dark monsters, it looks like. I like that. This water monster, I guess you could keep it there. I guess you ran out of space. But what you could do is maybe if you want to upgrade Varuna's habitat and place that in there, you know, water monster together, and then you can probably remove that habitat and place it mythic habitat instead. Metal monsters all together, sweet, looking good, looking good. What about your boosts? Okay, not bad. Oh, nature, nice, you got them spread out too. This is looking good. Hey, I like what you're doing here with your island. This actually looks nice. All the water monsters are there, looking clean. All the light monsters together. Silex is light with earth, by the way, for those of you guys that are like, oh, isn't Silex earth monster only? No, it's also light. We got all the earth monsters. Interesting, looking good. So overall, looks very nice, and you also have all the 3 temples unlocked. And last but not least, level 10 rune. At level 82, you're doing phenomenal, I've got to say. So keep it up. Next player we got is Yosalted from Valerian Steelers, one of my favorite teams. All right, what do we got here? The note says, I started halfway into Corrupted, but when Metro started, I basically took about a 6-month or so break and came back in the middle of Slob's race, and I didn't have a team to take me in. I do occasionally buy gems and gold legends fast. Alright, so it looks like it's a returning player. What do we got here? What are we working with? 85, level 85. We're in the Legendary League. Good job. Okay, your attack team looks pretty nice, but I would suggest swapping out Stock Killer with another monster. Now, even in Legendary League, you know what I mean, you're going to see lots of Serpentix, you're going to see lots of Galvanus, especially Galvanus. Careful of Galvanus because that literally counters your team so hard. If you end up facing Galvanus, it's literally like, you just gotta quit because it's impossible to win. Although maybe you can probably win, but it just depends on what the team has. If it's just Galvanus with some like normal mythics, sure, you know, you got a chance. But if it's like a really meta team, you're basically going to get wrecked. So I would suggest swapping out your Stock Killer with another monster. Like for example, if you have Cupid, if you have access to Cupid, I would recommend switching with that. Because Stock Killer, I don't know, I'm not really a huge fan of Stock Killer. I feel like she dies really fast. Plus, there's just better monsters out there, pierce monsters than stock killer that hits heavier. But Fireful is a good option that you got there. And then we also have King Adam, 1 life, 2 team states. If you're using this, I would recommend maybe giving in triple strength stock killer to make it even more powerful. And then you could probably just turn transfer straight away. But again, it's just the only issue is if you end up facing an anticipation monster, it really just counters your team really hard. You're using Naya with a life rune. I would recommend switching that with maybe a strength rune or something. If not, just the triple speed or 2 speed, 1 team speed. We have triple strength Serpentix. Yeah, so if it's like a triple speed Naya, you know, you don't really have to go with that necessarily. Maybe I guess you could turn transfer over, but sometimes the AI is a little dumb and won't do that, and especially that you have it on your defense. I don't know if it'll really do that. You could probably do two speed and 1 team speed or something like that. You're still using Pangaloyat. Swap out that stamina, obviously. But overall, not bad in terms of your team. What you got on, it's just that you gotta swap out stock killer and work on your runes. Okay, what do we got? Team activity stats, you're doing 22,000 points altogether, 4,300 coins, the amount of cells donated. Alright, now moving on to the monsters, I would recommend maxing out Cannon 11. Monster's really good. So this monster's good. Pretty good for Team Wars, and even PvP if you want to use it for PvP. Darko's actually quite okay if you want to, you know, rank this one up. He can actually maybe compete in the meta because of his element, and his skills are quite nice too. But anyways, Shaolin, if you need a good tank, you could probably rank that up. This monster's a must-have ranked up monster, so rank this up. Calamadibus, pretty good against the current meta with Serpentix and Cupid. Water versus fire. Hits very heavily and has access to death countdown skill, and also you know, chances of just instantly defeating the enemy. You also have access to the book reward monster. I recommend ranking this up as well. It's a good one. Fropsy, if you need a tank, it's actually pretty good overall. Even if like you don't need a tank, if you want to rank up a tank, use Fropsy. The other ones I'm not really a huge fan of, but if you have access to, let's say, the recent monster Darman is actually quite nice, or even Fort Laps. Visiting Display's Island, what do we got here? So first of all, level 10 rune, level 85, that's good. Good job. You've got some thunder monsters mixed with light monsters and fire monsters. It's basically, oh wait, it's just all random. That is not good. So you do want to work on your island. Overall, this just looks like a mess. It's all just random monsters. Although you're making a good amount of gold, but you can make better amount of gold, you know, just even better than what you're currently making if you actually organize it, like in terms of elements. So right now you have your water temples, right, and your water boosts, and also your nature boosts. So if you want to do something like, you know, splitting it into two, one side is water, one side is nature, that works well. You can do something like that. Okay, that looks like a mess. That looks like a mess as well. This looks like a mess as well. Just because you have, so here's the thing, guys, just a tip. Just because you have the monsters in there doesn't necessarily mean that you're all set. You know what I mean? You have to basically put them all together. It's like if you're playing a puzzle, right? Like a puzzle game, right? You want to put all the pieces together. If it's all everywhere, you know what I mean? Just, you're not doing it right. Or if you try to squeeze them in the wrong way, yeah, you could probably fit them somehow, but again, you're not really doing it right, if that makes sense. Yeah, everything just looks like a mess. Oh no. Here's the thing though, if you want to work on it right now, you can, but I've got to say it will take you a while, maybe like 2 hours max. It depends on how fast you are, how much space you have in your vault, and I don't, oh, you do have this island right here that you can actually use to swap, you know, put in some of the habitats, just so that you can move in specific monsters here and there. But Monster Vault does help out a lot, but it can take you a while though. So yeah, but I mean, if you want to work on it, like let's say 1 hour a day, you could probably do that. But yeah, it will take you a while. I do like the fact that you have all these at least together, so good job on that. But oh my gosh, no. Wait, where's your breed? No, what is this? Why are these two so far from each other? And this one too? Yeah, you're gonna have to put them all together. Oh my gosh. Alright, at least you have these three unlocked, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, there are some things that you can work on, or a lot of things to work on. But you know, if you want to go ahead and fix them up, and you know, comment down below your team name and profile name in one of my future videos once you're all done, I could probably go ahead and pick you again and review it again, and hopefully you will have everything sorted out. All right, next player we got is Mick. I don't know how to pronounce that, to be honest, even if I tried, but MCYNTIRE from Twisted Reality. All right, level 107 player from Champion 1. Okay, so we're working with basically double dodge area with the taunt combo, pretty classic for defense, and then for attack team, you know, the good old Shadow Yuna combo with the tank and, you know, Cupid. So I like your attack team. Your defense team, on the other hand, you do want to switch Slumster because Slumster is no longer meta on PvP. I do want to let you guys know that, unless you're maybe a starter player and basically that's your only monster or support monster that you have access to, I would recommend switching, you know, Slumster with another monster. Seriously, it's just not gonna work out for you. But anyways, you do have access to some new monsters from this era, so I like that. You can actually rank up Kennen 11, start ranking that up. Calamatibus, rank that up. If you want to rank this one up, this one's optional for Team Wars. This monster, you do want to rank it up, obviously. Tank, this is good for tank. We definitely rank that up. Everything else in here, no good. King Adam, obviously rank it up, max it out. I don't know, I'm no longer a huge fan of Merc, to be honest. Maybe for Team Wars, I guess, but other than that, the monster sucks, seriously. Nobody want to use it on PvP, seriously. It's more of a Team War monster. Nishon's in the great. Nishon is actually pretty good with the magic weakness. Hits very heavily. Slob, obviously, rank that up. Your team activity looked like you did 12,000 points last team race, and that was your highest. Nice. Yo, you are doing well. And that was just for a rank 0 Ambiosonic. Looks like you're a pro racer. Alright, so here is, again, what I would recommend is swapping out Slumster. You could probably switch it with maybe K911. So the monster has access to, you know, Galactic Talents, has NER skills, damage boost, can help out Dark Voltaic, can heal him as well if that's needed. So you could probably do something like that. Let's see what we got here for his islands. Alright, so we've got a mix of thunder monsters with metal for the main island. Pretty interesting. I've never seen a metal, or maybe I have, I think, but not too many players really, you know, mix metal for their main island. But hey, you know, you wanna be different, you know, you can. We've got the, what was that one light monster there that's also metal? Alright, cool. Looking nice, I've gotta say. Everything is looking clean, but here is a tip I would give you. I know this looks really nice, you know what I mean, but you want to get rid of them. It just takes up a lot of space. You can actually place in a lot more habitats in there, squeeze in more habitats. Now you do have access to more islands anyway, so I think you're chilling for now. But it's just that later on, when you max out every single one of these habitats on your main island and you fill them in with those specific elements, so for example, metal here, you know, thunder here, they're all, let's say, full. And when you want to, let's say, place more habitats in here and these tiles are just taking the space, although you can remove them, but it takes some time. But let's say if you don't want to do that, it's just that you're gonna lose on some gold, but that's up to you if you want to lose the gold or not. I think the best thing to do is get rid of these and actually place them in with more habitats. It could be either metal or obviously thunder, but for now I guess it's fine. I like the design though. The design looks really nice, but again, it's just that I wish I could do that on my island too, because if I do that, I'm gonna lose some mythic habitats, and that means I can lose in a lot of gold as well, because those monsters, I'm gonna have to move them either in a different island or probably in my monster vault. But if you do move them to a different island, again, you're not making the same amount of gold as you are here, because then the boosts are here and there won't be boosts there. But if you do move a boost here, it's gonna affect these monsters in here, you know what I mean? So it's just vice versa here and there. But anyways, level 10, I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but that's nice. You got that maxed out. You unlocked all these three, sweet. All the fire monsters are here, looking nice. Nature monsters, looking good. And then the magic, cool. Although you might need more habitats there, because later on you'll need more magic monsters to place. Oh, you got some in there too. But hey, why not? I mean, place some more mythic habitats there. Looks like you're building one right here. Maybe they're just busy, you know, the builders are busy. But I like the fact that you have all these together in one island. Okay, everything else looks good, I've got to say. This looks clean, you know, the fact that you got all 4 of these together. But overall, looking good. But there are some things you can work on, obviously. But It's up to you if you want to do that or not. But anyways guys, it's going to be pretty much it for today's Multigens account review. I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, make sure to comment down below your team name and your profile name if you want me to review it. You can have a chance of me reviewing your account in a future video. So if you guys would like to do that, go ahead and do so. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.